Yes, sir.
How is it that, given that we've touched on so much already,
Yes, sir.
yeah, the example of the partner, example of greeting one another,
Yes, sir.
ultimately, I know there are differences, and I've perceived unity to be that it's being able to identify differences and set them apart in order to move forward for your fulfilled aims and
Yeah.
objective.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
it might be an old way.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
young blood.
Yes, sir. Unity for me, and if we're talking about African unity, I feel like it's we as a people, we know who's for us and who's not. And I feel like that is a spiritual discernment type of thing. Um, I feel like when you trust your discernment to know what's for you and what's not, it will definitely show sooner rather than later. For instance, I know for a fact to where um, we have a lot of people with the it's about me and not we mentality. Those are not our people. Those are people who want to be amongst the inhumane system and amongst the oppressors who are running it. But those who are quick to put others before themselves and their own people before themselves, that right there is a way that you could build unity, because that's what we're supposed to do. Prime example, um, growing up, I saw, like King Clive was talking about, where people would speak and they would just have random conversations, and it was just so uplifting. And I always loved it when I was growing up. I saw the get-togethers and the barbecues down south, to where all of our melanated African people were just unifying, loving each other, helping each other. If someone was down and out on rent, or if someone was down and out and they needed help, we would just lift each other up quickly as possible. I feel like that should be a normality. People always ask, why are you so nice? Why are you doing these good things? Because that's what we're supposed to do. And that's the thing right there, is that you're supposed to be good. You're supposed to do these things and not even want anything in return. When you do something negative, though, when you do something that's inhumane, when you do something that you know you have no business doing, when you do something that you know spiritually that you have just basically had your heartstrings pulled, your spirit pulled, and that the person who you just affected negatively has had the same experience, that's when you know that instead of unity or unifying, you have just created some form of divide. And I feel like it's up to you, the creator of that divide, to abolish it by righting your wrongs, apologizing, letting it be known that this is apology is a commitment or a guarantee that you'll try your best to never do it again. And then you move forward and let it be known that this is exactly what we shall not do moving forward. I don't know if that's a long explanation, King, but that's the best one I could give, because I feel like we as a people should be good on all accounts. And Mr. Clive calls me and he's like, Reggie, man, I need your help with this. If I got it, so does he. And that goes for everybody. So at the end of the day, I feel like we all have the tools to unify on all accounts, to make sure that we pull ourselves off of or away from this inhumane system. So we should live the life that we're supposed to.
Yeah, well, I thank you for that, and most definitely I will be needing your help, your assistance.
You already got it, kid. You got it. You got it.
I will be calling for that, because my aim is to achieve that unity, because it's essential. And like my good brother before, that will be part of his legacy, and I think that is ultimately should be our legacy.
Yes, sir.
As a race of people, or as a family.
Yes, sir.
That when we leave, we leave this continuity, which is to get that, because we know once we have that, there'll be no need for all of these weapons of mass destruction that the oppressor is using.
Yes, sir.
Because we know the ultimate weapon is love. You
can't fight that. You can't get rid of that one. And another thing is too, for our people, spiritually, mentally, physically, we need to be prepared for any and everything, which means to where growing up I was always taught, don't fear a person with a weapon. They need to fear you, because you know how to disarm it and protect you and your people at all times. So I feel like when it comes in regards to the education that we are learning, it should be a normality for us to know how to grow crops. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, if you don't mind, King. It should be a normality for us to know how to defend ourselves physically in every way. There is a brother out there called Armed Combative. That is ARMED space COMBATIVE. And he is a person to where if you type his name in on YouTube, he shows you ways to defend yourself in the comfort of your own home. You don't even have to go outside to do these tutorials. He trains you virtually on how to do it, and it's for free. I'm always gonna try to give information that's free, King, because you know they're gonna try to put a price on everything. But that's another thing too. Spiritually, meditation, connect with the ancestors. Always give thanks to the ancestors. Check up on your elders. Make sure that they're good. Make sure that they're getting 8 hours of rest. Make sure that they're pushing the fluids. If you're going out to an event and you're with your elders, call your elders and make sure when you get home safe that they made it home safe too. These are things that we as a people just need to pick up on. When it comes in regards to growing crops, etc. I have a free land plot, and I call it a free land plot because it's for our people, our African people. This is in Okpeji, Nigeria. That's Opeji, Nigeria. Nig. Am I saying it right, King? ER. All right, IA. And the land plot has my name on it. That's Reginald Haynes. The address is Block F, acre number 10, Okpeji, Phase 2G farmland. Again, that's Reginald Haynes, Block F, acre number 10, Okpeji, Phase 2G farmland. This is land to where it's agricultural use only. So please, if you know anyone that's in that area, or if you plan on visiting that area, it is free for you to grow crops, legal crops. And all I ask is that you respect the land and you respect everyone who's using it, so that way there's no divisiveness. I feel like with this, people can grow crops, eliminating some form of hunger. You can sell your crops, making some form of profit, and that could possibly end poverty. I'm trying. And my goal is to try to get with phenomenal kings like King Clive here, so we can just start raising money, so we can just start buying all different land plots to where there is no more homelessness, poverty, etc. Yes, sir.
Okay, well,
yes, sir.
Again, that connects with where I myself is at. Yeah, because I do believe the key is to be able to regenerate ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And given the climate to which we're at, and the social media outlets, which enables us to connect with the continent and everywhere in the world without having to travel, even though, again, where we've lost out, particularly in the last few hundred years, I think we've always had, through our spirituality, we had intuition in that we can communicate the same way. The very same piece of land you're talking about,
yes,
I can imagine, you can visualize it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've never been there.
And you've never been there.
I've just paid for it. I said, this is our people. So and my wife was telling me yesterday, and a few other people was like, Reggie, you so quick to do for your people and not do for yourself. I was like, that's just the mindset that we're supposed to have. So I'm going to be doing that. People are like, oh, have you been there? I'm like, no.
Yeah. But again, it's not for me. But it's a spiritual.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a spiritual journey, and because
yes,
it's a spiritual journey,
yes,
it encompasses us all.
Yes, sir.
And I do believe that we're duty bound.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same I can share with you within my community. I know there's about 1,300 acres of land.
Beautiful. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
and within that 1,300 acres of land, it's like myself. If I was to purchase it, it's like pulling down ants' nests on myself, because it's too much for myself alone to manage.
Yes, sir.
But within a community,
yes,
it would enable us to a certain extent, transcend out of rehab,
yes,
which
sir,
a lot of us are in,
yes, sir,
and back into life, because a lot of us have lost connection with our nature.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it's so refreshing to be able to go out in the countryside, to go to a river.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have a swim in that natural environment, come out totally rejuvenated and refreshed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, instead of being trapped in between four walls.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Where
yes,
you,
sir,
as you said rightly, we're gonna get dehydrated.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And all of these ailments are gonna sink in. So insofar as what you've just mentioned, I have to salute yourself.
Yes, sir.
I'm at that point now, and I keep telling my community back in St. Thomas, I want to come home.
Yes, sir.
I'm starting to feel like the elephant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Who's done all his roaming.
Yes, sir.
I know it's time,
yes,
in order to go down and just put down your roots.
Yes, sir.
Particularly amongst the ancestors.
Yes, sir.
Which is like me giving my account to tell them what it is that I've been doing upon this this earth.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
That's how spiritually I am led.
Yes, sir.
But I'm really excited to having had you into the studio.
Pleasure's
to
all
share
mine,
your
King.
journey,
Yes,
and also to see as to how you see the future unraveling.
Yes.
Also having lived in the States and to come here, and you can see better to a certain extent what it is that we are doing, which may well be considered as being wrong,
Yeah.
even though we can then say it's the experience of having done it
Yes, sir.
that is going to educate us as to the solutions to most things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But again, look forward to engaging
Yes, sir.
further with yourself.
Yes, sir.
Not only on this platform,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Many
but,
others.
but within the Garvey village.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Because I, for whatever reason, I've gravitated
Yes, sir.
towards the Garvey village.
Yes, sir.
Because that 1,300 acres, as an example,
Yeah.
I see it as a Garvey village.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes,
has
sir.
to be a village,
Yes,
because one man in a place like that, it will drive him mad.
Yeah, yes, sir. I understand, King. I understand. But it's good that we have these resources for our people so we can have a phenomenal community.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and unfortunate, as again at the beginning, prior to you coming into this studio, I was projecting
Yes, sir.
this studio as in my village community.
Of course. Yes,
I'm
sir.
holding them responsibility, and even in the country, because what's happening, we've been blessed to have had Muta Baruka in these studios.
Yes, sir.
There's a sister presently who's down there in Jamaica.
Beautiful.
I've got these T-shirts,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
which I've got down there in Jamaica, which I'm trying to add to the revolution.
Nice,
Because
nice.
the fight isn't just for us,
Yes, sir.
yeah. We need to impact also on them. So as we're speaking, because
Yes,
of the technology,
Yes, sir.
there are listeners throughout the world.
Beautiful.
Because everything is now global.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're taking a stand,
Yes, sir.
and we're going to have to be leading now by example.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
what I'm hoping that they would have picked up on is your sincerity,
Yes, sir.
your character,
Yeah.
your love for our queens,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
and the respect towards family.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
sir.
even being humble to realize that none of us are perfect.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. King.
Yeah. Because that is the what you say, the barometer to which we judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that we are prepared to learn,
Yes,
to
sir.
listen, and
Yes,
to
sir.
move the agenda forward. You know. So again, what I would say, I'm honored to have you. I can share it with you. I don't too like this king thing.
Yes, I apologize. I apologize.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
But
yes,
it enables the conversation to flow.
yes, sir.
But for ourselves as family, as brothers, yeah, and being humble as to
Yes, sir.
the impact that some people might perceive. Yeah, the key thing is to be humble at all times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because our reputation to a certain extent go ahead of us, because
Yes, sir.
we've met and it's the first time we've been this close.
Yes, sir.
I think it's the first time we've actually embraced.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it just goes to show. And oftentimes when I engage, particularly because I work with young people,
Yes, sir.
yeah, and the manner to which I engage with them, and I get them rowdy. And so like, why are you carrying on like that?
Really.
Yeah, I
Really?
ask them the question, is a young, why are you carrying on like
Really?
that? And
Yes,
then
sir.
sometimes it's like they take a step back. And before they get to the point, it's like, I don't even know if we're family.
It's I would, if you don't mind me to speak. Yes, sir. When I was growing up, my mother taught me a valuable lesson, and it was when you talk to your elders within your community, you always say, "Sir," "No, sir," "Yes, sir," "No, ma'am," "Yes, ma'am," and then if they don't like that, ask them respectfully, "What would you like me to call you?" And then they will tell you. Some people like being called Mr., Mrs. When it comes in regards to the sir, sire, that revolves around, that stems towards king. Mr., master of your own life, king of your own life, king of this world, the queens of this whole world. So when I say king to you, Mr. Clive, it's all respect, because it's letting it be known that you are part of the original, and with that you are the king of this world. With that you are the king of your own life. With that you're the king of your family. With that you're the king of your community. And that's how I always try to present myself to people, and just try to uplift them in that way. Every time I try to speak, I never want to curse people. I always want to uplift them. So like I was saying, King, my apologies if
No.
Yes, sir.
I'm
But
sure
that's-
the listeners are saying, well, there's no need for that apology, because you've explained.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
maybe, again, well, it's not even so much a maybe. It's a way that the listeners who are listening to understand it's a way of moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Because whereas like myself, I gear them up and then take it back down. It's because I've come to realize that our young people, they've lost that regard towards their elders. Yeah, I've been on the buses and they've come to me and asked me for a Rizla.
Okay, and that's I'm guessing that is some form of drugs. Okay. Well, you know what? It's one of those things too. Is to where I feel like with the discernment, a lot of our youths are, and I was saying this yesterday, King. A lot of our youths are going to learn the easy way or the hard way, and I feel like you can never go wrong with being respectful. And I always use my discernment to always try to respect our own until I feel like they don't deserve it anymore. And with that, I don't engage negatively. I just step away. But I feel like with our elders, ever since I've been here, King, I have nothing but respect. I've received nothing but respect. So if there are youths out there that have this mindset, I'm going to talk to these elders any type of way for whatever reason, I feel like you need to step back, take a deep breath, and realize if it wasn't for your elders, you wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So that's the least you can do is show respect to them. And if you do come across elders who you feel like they're being disrespectful to you right off the bat, step away. But I highly doubt, 100% doubt that Mr. Clive has ever came that way. So for any youths out there that are being disrespectful to their elders, that are trying to show nothing but love and unify on all accounts, you are basically wasting your energy trying to divide, and you need to use that energy to try to unify and learn. Because our elders are here for a reason, so we can learn. Every time I speak to my elders, like King Clive here, I learn, I listen. I don't try to overtalk. I always ask, hey, may I interject? Do you mind if I speak for a second? You try, you always need to, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I'm going to leave it at that, King Clive. Yes, sir. Sorry if I went off.
No. I'm like that myself. I'm also like that. Yeah. So, yeah, again, on that note, it touches myself, particularly when it deals with our youngsters, because as you know, and I think this week I was hearing that there was a death in Islington or Ivory more so, of another young man. Yeah, because we're losing our young soldiers because for whatever reason we're failing to engage with them, because to how I heard it, I understand it, it was like there's a pack of wolves amongst themselves, and they've got us to the point now where we are afraid to interject amongst them, because we're fearful of our own well-being, instead of life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have become complacent to the point that we don't hear, see, or say anything.
Yes, sir. And you're talking about from the point of the elders, King?
Yeah, from the elders' perspective.
Yes,
we feel to ourselves that we've lost the authority. And in part, because one of the things I've probably alluded to let you know, I mean, I've been into politics.
Yes, sir, I know. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Much respect to you, King.
Yeah, I'd been into the politics courtesy of Bernie Grant. But the system don't want the likes of myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because I went in there, and the reason why I was able to engage with the kids or the young soldiers or young people on that level was because I know amongst them, as soon as I gird them up and wind them up and they want to react, there's another 1 or 2 amongst them. I said, no, that's Clive, man. Yeah. And then it served its purpose, because the one that I did not know, suddenly he gets to know me from his own peer group.
Yep. That's how it happens most of the time.
See? But the system who doesn't want that, they took me out. Yeah.
Yep.
So where I was able to now facilitate them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On that political level, it means that I could get a venue.
Yes.
So instead of 1 or 2, I can have hundreds or thousands of them in one place.
Beautiful, King. Beautifully done, and congratulations.
Yeah.
On that.
And then in order for them to come and share that platform, I then interact with the parents.
Yes, sir.
So I know if they're not doing their homework, they're not doing their house chores.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
In order for them to come to enjoy themselves,
yes, sir.
they're prepared to make that transaction. So
Yes,
life
sir.
is true. You
Yes,
give
sir.
to to take.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are the areas that I'm looking that we can
Yes.
work in order to get it, to engage again with them using this platform, the platform with Auntie Jean
Yes, sir.
and others.
Yes, sir.
And then the soldiers who are out there, because we are still out there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can facilitate, and then the platform that is there to enable them to take it to another level,
Yes,
whether it's
sir.
in a studio,
Yep.
music studio,
Yep.
that we'll be there for them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is where, like myself now, I'm taking advantage of the fact that you're there. I've got a better insight as to what Reggie Haynes
Yes.
represents,
Yes, sir.
insofar as a platform that he can afford the younger generation who are out there, which it affords an opportunity whereby we can regenerate the resource, the talent, the creativity,
Of course.
and give our own creative and cultural perspective to put
Yes.
our stamp, which is our identity.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
sir.
what I do know in all the years that I've been on this earth,
Yes, sir.
that we are the trendsetters.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, we are. Yes,
we
sir.
we are the ones with the swagger. We are the ones with the rhythm.
Yes, sir. Yep. Nobody does it like us, King.
No one does
No.
it like us.
No, sir.
Yeah. So it's for us to harness it under a brand or a label
Yes, sir.
and to regenerate it, but more important, to keep it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who are rich, and you only have to look at Talma Motown was an exceptional.
Yeah.
But a lot of the artists who even left and went to others, you can see as to how
Yeah.
they cream off our talent, yeah, and the legacy is now with them.
But that's another thing too, King. If you don't mind me to interject.
No,
Yes,
no,
sir. There's an old phrase: teach a man, or give a man a fish, he'll be fed for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll be fed for a lifetime. This is my thing when it comes in regards to our people. I appreciate that we have people out there who have been successful, quote unquote, and made a lot of profit. But realize, and I made a quote like this too, King: those who seem like they are truly powerful are really weak, and those who seem as if they are truly weak are truly powerful. Case in point, a leader of an entire world or nation, needs millions and billions of people to vote for him or her, or the energy to be taken from all of those people in order for them to be powerful. But true power comes from within. So those people who are giving their energy has all the power, not the one who's trying to take it. So I say that to say this: when we come out here to our youths, we need to start letting it be known, look, I'm not just going to teach you things. I'm actually going to basically give you the seed in order for you to know how to grow your own resources, grow your own wealth, grow these things. It's like you have so many people out here who is wealthy, King, making millions, possibly billions of dollars, and you can't give any of that to a community aside from it being a tax write-off, so your people can actually know how to feed off of this for a lifetime, so they can just grow their own, their own trees and create their own gardens. You can't do that. So it's funny because when I was talking to you and Auntie Jean a while back, and I was telling you guys about the land, and y'all were saying, well, we never heard of that. And I was like, what? I was like, that should be the normality with all this money because Reggie's broke. But if I have it, so does my people. And the other thing is too, is to where these people out here who claim to have tons of money and they're not giving to their people or trying to plant that first seed for their people and help them teach them how to grow properly, just like they've learned how to grow. I'm not with that, King. I smell selfishness all up in the air. So I feel like that is my motivation right now when it comes in regards to anything that comes my way. I'm just going to be the first one to say, hey guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and plant this seed so we can make it grow into something phenomenal. Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay, my family, I hope you took that all in. Yeah? Right, so what we're going to do now, I've already overrun my time.